That looks dead centre to me.
Perfect. Welcome to FOH. This week we're doing the D4 REG Sep 19, Ken, isn't it? No, July 19. Dee picked these, and she's picked a crappy one for me. Mine's got a bit of, it's absolutely Rosado, like it's a dead set red wrapper.
Did you say crappy one?
Yeah, it is. But the wrapper's
I got a lecture last week on the possibility of suggesting Dee didn't get the picking exactly right. I got castigated by you because Dee would never do that.
Well, she doesn't watch
1 week ago. 1 week.
You know that, don't you? Apparently she's got so much work on. So much work on. Honestly. Just you give her a few things to do, like run an organisation, and it's all becomes too much. What's your D4 like? Hopefully it's a bit better than this one. Actually, the aroma's quite good. Bit of a rough wrapper on yours.
If there's a hint of Rosado, but honestly, if kudos to Dee, she's picked an absolute cracker for me.
You are such a suckhole. Because she gives you a hug when you come in, yeah? And
she
lets you go to stairs.
Are we not a professional organisation? Suckhole is not a word we use professionally.
Master suckhole is what you are. Anyway, back to the D4. I love D4s. This is part of our Robusto series.
Try and get rid of some of this glue.
We got Cohiba Robusto up around the 95 mark. That's the pack leader. You know, is anything going to come close to taking it down? We've had some very good. We've had a very good RAS. We've had very good Epicure number 2. D4 is now the number 1 selling Robusto in the world. I think it's been great since 2019, 20, and 21. To me, D4 is all about. Pardon?
I think it's been great for about 20 years. I love it.
Oh, they've gone up another level, Kenny. They really have. It's been, and so have most cigars, to be honest. Bolivar Royal Corona is another one, just got up a whole new level. But you know that's spiced cream, and people talk about spiced rum. When it comes to D4, spiced cream and sourdough, fresh sourdough bread, is what I love in a D4. And let's see if this one brings it to the table. Kenny, your draw's okay?
Yep, fine.
Geez, you don't hear that every day, people. This could be a very special review. Very, very special.
Actually, I think we did the was it the Epi one last time?
Epi 2, mate. That'd be the Epi 2
last time. And I've got a lot juggling. Seriously.
What are you? You haven't got a job. You're living on the beach.
What do you mean I haven't got a job? I work 7 days a week. Jesus, you work for yourself. If you're not working, you hang on. The seaplane chopper rescue thing's going over. It could be saving someone.
Is it? Well, in your neck of the woods down there in northern New South Wales, it's probably looking for a drug bust, I'd say. Either way, doing a great job, you chopper pilots. We'll be back with you at the end of the first third. Kenny, we'll do the first third. I mean, I know we're probably just a bit touch earlier than the first third, but it's important to get
lovely start. Lovely start.
Yeah, mine's I love D4s. Don't get me wrong. It's a cigar I smoke often. I know D4 backwards.
I haven't had one for ages. I used to smoke them a lot, but I haven't had one for ages.
This is mine's just a little bit lacking at this point in terms of a little bit harsh.
Mine's the absolute opposite. It is over delivering. It is lots of chocolate.
You're getting some sweetness in there. I was going to say I'm getting sweetness, which is
chocolate, raisin. It's just it's quite powerful, rich, balanced. Loving it.
I think this is going to work itself out. I was just getting a little bit. I'm getting that raisin, that white chocolate in there. There's some raisin. Again, it's way over medium bodied. I think it's just still trying to balance itself out.
What are you drinking? Dee, great choice. Great choice of cigar, Dee.
Yeah.
I think the word you're looking for. I think the word you're looking for is suckhole.
I've already said it. I think everyone knows. To go over that travesty.
Listen, I've got better things to do. There's a vaccine thread on the forum that I can, there's still hand grenades to throw.
Moderator, yeah, moderate.
Hey, I'm getting people interested.
Moderate. Yeah, look it up the dictionary. That's right. I mean, it's one of the few things you got going on in your life right now is being a moderator. Just try to hang on. Try to hang on to that job, Ken. Just try to hang on to that.
Oh yeah, it's been really worth it.
We'll be back with you at the.
Hasn't given me any grief at all, that job.
Kenny, second, third. I said,
well, I'm still loving it.
More of the same. This has picked up. This is back to where I thought it should be. All that little bit of harshness at the opening has gone away.
None of that.
It's a bit of Christmas pudding at this point.
Lots of chocolate and Christmas pudding, raisins. Rich, certainly well over medium.
So I've been really spruiking the D4s to anyone who bothers to ask for this last couple of years. This is richer than I know you were saying D4s have always been good and you've always smoked D4s. So, but have you noticed a pickup in flavour?
I mean, when you said D4, I thought, oh, great, because it's been a long time since I had one. I did have them in that humidor that got robbed, bastards. So I lost my D4s out of that, and because I had them at home smoking them. So it's probably been the best part of 12 months since I've had one.
It's the richness. It's the richness that gets me on these at the moment, where they're coming from. When they bring out a reserver in these sort of cigars, and you pay through the nose for the reservers, etc. there, and you had them, but I find them to be a richer version of the original. I'm serious. Compared to what I was smoking in 10, 11, 12, 13s, etc. in D4s, these are a richer, far richer.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't think there's any question about that. They are. Is this a sort of a trend to going back to the old school?
I think it's a combination of things. Well, primarily they've nailed a couple of great crops and some superb tobacco, and they're using some really, really good tobacco on these.
To me, this is going to run the Cohiba very close. Very different, but very close.
Well, that's the thing. It's going to run it very, very close. Very, very different cigar. You're right. Very, very close, and at half the price point. Which I think is something that we don't normally talk about price, do we? But and that's always that edgy or that thorny discussion point. Well, do you have to? Should you include price in your assessment of a cigar? I think when you've got two Robustos in the Cohiba Robusto and the Partagas D4, and one is performing this well at half the price point, and it's running at but they are very different cigars. You can look at it in different ways. But I smoke, for every one Cohiba Robusto I'm smoking today, I'll smoke 6 or 7 D4s or Bolivar Royal Coronas, which are also smoking exceptionally well. Big, and you can smoke them fresh, which is another thing. I mean, now this is what's that? July 19. It's not too fresh. July 2020. Bolivar Royal Coronas from 2020, 21. Even early 21s are smoking brilliantly. Cocoa just screams out of them.
Sorry. The gin went in the computer.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get gin out of the computer.
No, you're listening.
I am listening. Like Bolivars, etc. I am listening. 6 to 1. I guess rather than talk price, if someone said to me, okay, take 1 box of Cohiba Robusto or 2 of D4s, which would you take? For me, I'd go the 2 of D4s, but there are plenty of other Robustos. If you said take 2 boxes or 1 box of Cohiba Robustos, I'd say no thanks, I'll take the Cohiba Robustos. In fact, for most, I'd say I'll take the Cohibas because I love them. But the D4s, I think they're so close, different but close, I'd be going. I'd rather have the two of.
I think it's an interesting question, and I'd say normally, like if people were telling me 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, will you take one box of Coro or 2 boxes of Bolivar Royal Coronas? I'd take the box of Coro. Today I wouldn't be doing that. Okay. I'd be taking the Bolivar Royal Coronas. Things go in cycles. The problem we have at the moment is that there's not too much that's smoking poorly right now. Most stuff is smoking very, very well.
Yeah, well, there are worse problems to have.
There are. We'll be back with you at the end of the last third. Okay, let's wrap up the D4. Just trying to remember what the box code was. I'm looking at my notes. Jesus Christ. What was it? It was July 19, Ken, wasn't it? Oh, come on, help me out here.
Like I've got hold of your notes.
Reg, July 19. Reggie, R-E-G.
Reg is the gentleman that bought my box of Cohibas. I tried to send him a note this morning. Don't know whether it got there or not. I hope so. He sent me a nice thank you note. He's obviously got hold of them.
He's received them, yeah?
I believe so. And I hope that if you didn't get my note, Reg, if you're watching, I really hope you enjoy them because they are a gorgeous box. Unbelievably good box.
Well, there's a free plug for Ken as a seller on Bond Roberts. You know. Wrap up the D4.
Look, it's got a bit ragged in its burn towards the end, which might. I was going to go 94. The burns maybe knocked it back to 93.
Bringing him back into. That's not too bad. Okay, look, you only got one little bit of wrapper on there. The rest of the burn looks okay.
Yeah, it's needed a bit of touch up throughout. But
you are outside. I can see there's a bit of a breeze blowing through there.
There is.
God, you're a tough marker. So what do you reckon? 92?
No. I was going to go 94, and I might it's 93, 94 for me.
I'm going 94. This thing has just come home like a train since that opening couple of half inch. It has come home like a train.
94 is probably fair.
The richness of this, it wins. It is one of the best Partagas D4s that I've had of the year in July. No, so coming up to 2 years. Not quite, obviously, but it's spot on. I love D4s. If I have to smoke D4s, I smoke them fresh, but I do love them at that 3 year mark. Like a lot of cigars at a Cuba, I love them at 3 to 5 year marks. There are certain ones that I like 5 years to 8, but this has been so good. D4s, can I tell you, young D4s, 19, 20, 21, get your hands on them, put them away for a couple of years. Invariably, they're 92 plus cigars. These have been 94s today. And they've got, because of their richness, I think they've got plenty of upside still to come. This another 18 months, Ken, 24 months, this cigar here. You said you got a few little rough edges towards back, but really, who gives a rat's ass? Yeah, these are superb cigars right now.
You had the rough edges more than I did. I mean, to me.
Yeah, I had rough edges coming. I haven't got any rough edges to the end. My burn's been consistent.
And there's not that, young cigars can often get that sort of hot, slightly unpleasant. None of that. This is just terrific cigar.
Brilliant, guys. D4s. Coro's just probably edged it, but this is coming in at number 2 at this point in time.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's toss of a coin. Really is toss of a coin. And on a
value for money, you guys can do your own math. We'll see you next week. I think next week, we're doing the Upman, Connie 1.
I do as I'm told.
Done. Hasta luego, team. Until next week. Cheers.